Hey there everybody, it's time for an opening day game, payoff pitch, 1977. I'm actually not doing a 77 replay on payoff pitch. I just decided to pick a game up, and the 77 opening day seemed to be a good choice, at least in my opinion. So we're at Dodger Stadium, and it's the San Francisco Giants against the Los Angeles Dodgers. These are the as-played lineups. On the mound for the Dodgers will be Don Sutton. And on the mound for the Giants will be the Count, John Montefusco. And I'm taking a suggestion from one of the message boards I was reading somewhere, that when you have two pitcher cards up there, sometimes it's good to put the ballpark card over the pitcher that's not going to be pitching, so that you won't accidentally look at the wrong card. So I'm going to try that advice and see how that goes. So again, this is payoff pitch with the dice. And we are set. Gary Thomason for the Giants will be leading things off. He hit 271 against righties in 1977. We'll see what he does here against Sutton. And it's a 7. And on Sutton's card, that's patient. So patient and a 38. So patient 38 for Thomason is a walk. So a leadoff walk. Gary Thomason brings up second baseman Rob Andrews. I'll go roll them all at once now. That's a 6, which is tough 41 for Andrews, and that's still a base hit. Look at that, around the last number of his tough category. It's a base hit. Now we need to check runner advancement. The lead die is a 2. When you go to the runner advancement chart, and the lead die is a 2, runner on first, lead die is a 2, you get 2 bases. So Gary Thomason will scoot over to third. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Bill Madlock. The Giants trying to strike early. 5 is tough 25 against Madlock, and tough 25. Madlock's going to fight one off for a base hit. I tell you what kind of a hitter he was. That's going to score Thomason with the first run. Lead die of 1, though, is going to be a 1-base advancement for Andrews. He will stop at second. Runners at first and second, nobody out. So the first 3 have gotten hits against Don Sutton. That'll bring up the power hitting Darrell Evans, left fielder. And that is a 4, which is tough, and a 0-1. That's a strikeout. So 1 away brings up Willie McCovey, first baseman. McCovey, that's a 6, which is patient. Patient and a 78. Patient 78 is way out of range because it only goes to 66. 78's a fly to center. That's 2 away. Brings up the right fielder Terry Whitfield. That is a 7 on Sutton, which is patient. And an 85. Patient 85 is going to be a ground ball to short. And with the third out of the inning, it really doesn't matter about fielder's choice or throwing it to first. The inning is over. And actually Sutton pitches out of that, only allowing the 1 run. Could have been a lot worse. But after half an inning, it is San Francisco 1 and the Dodgers coming to bat. So John Montefusco on the hill, facing Davey Lopes. It's a 5. It's in play 22 for Davey Lopes. In play 22 is a single. So Davey Lopes, leadoff single. That'll bring up Bill Russell. And do we do a hit and run? No, we're going to let him swing away. 5 is in play 36. In play 36 is a ground ball to the pitcher. And maybe we should have had a hit and run or something, or stolen base, because that's a 5. Double play rating on Russell is an 8. Montefusco's double play rating is a 6. 5 is lower than both of those, so it will be a double play. We'll call it 1-4-3 for 2 quick outs to clear the bases for Reggie Smith. 8 against Montefusco is patient. Patient 19 is a walk. So a 2-out walk to Reggie Smith brings up the Penguin, Ron Say. It's a wheelhouse 71, but the wheelhouse only goes to 57. 71 is a fly to center. And that's going to end the inning. One inning in the books, and it's San Fran 1, Los Angeles nothing. Chris Spire to lead off for the Giants, and we got to make sure Sutton is the one we're looking at. 6 is tough on Sutton. Tough 97 for Spire. Tough 97. Fly to left. And I am using Spire's card from Montreal because he did play like about the first week or so with the Giants before the trade for Tim Foley. There's Mark Hill, the catcher. That is a 9 off Sutton. It's in play. 38 from Mark Hill. In play 38. Out of range. It's a pop-up to Davey Lopes at second. For out number 2, and that brings up the pitcher, Montefusco. He's batting off pitcher hitting card number 4. So we'll check pitcher hitting card number 4. It is a 6, which is tough, and that's probably going to be a strikeout. So tough 74. Pitcher hitting card number 4, tough 74. Anything on the pitcher's cards pretty much is going to be a strikeout when it's a tough. So he goes down on strikes to end the second. So we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Steve Garvey. Lead things off against Montefusco. We got a 6, which is in play, and a 3. So Garvey in play, a 3 is a double. Lead off double for Steve Garvey. Brings up Rick Monday. Rick Monday. It is a 5, which is in play off Montefusco, and a 70. In play 70 is a ground ball to second. Could be 2. That's a 5. Monday's double play rating is a 5, which is equal to that. That's a 6. So since they're both numbers are equal or greater than the D6 roll, that is a double. No, I'm sorry, it won't be a double play because the runner's at second. I keep thinking he's at first. Runner's at second, so my bad. That's a 70. It was a ground ball to second, so the runner will go to third on the ground out. So Monday, playing small ball, advances the runner by hitting to the right side. 1 out. Runner at third for Dusty Baker. They'll play the infield back. They don't want a big inning. It's still early, just second inning. 8 is Patient. Patient 6 is a walk. So Baker walks. And now that does set up a double play chance for Steve Yeager. Catcher Yeager. That is a 4, which is in play, and a 13. In play 13 is a base hit for Yeager. He said, what are you talking about, a double play? That's a base hit. So Garvey will score to tie the ball game. And with a lead die of 2, runner gets 2 bases. So Baker will go to third. So runners at the corners, 1 out for the pitcher, Don Sutton. So Sutton hits off pitcher hitting card number 5. Number 5. That's a 7, which is tough. So again, that's going to be a strikeout. When you get off that pitcher card on a tough, you're pretty much reserving yourself for a strikeout. So here's Davey Lopes. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Lopes. It's a 6 off Montefusco in play. It's a 24, and that's a base hit for Davey Lopes. So that will put the Dodgers in the lead as Baker comes around to score. And Yeager will only get a 1 base advancement because of the lead die of 1. However, there are 2 outs, and Yeager runs at greater than 6, so he actually will get the 2 bases. That's the benefit or the perk. If your run rating is 6 or more, you get 2 bases on that when there's 2 outs. So he goes to third. Runners again at the corners. 2 outs, 2 on for Bill Russell. And that's a 10 and a 20. So a 10 on Montefusco is defense, and 20 on a defense. Let's check the defensive chart for 20. And that's going to be a range check on the shortstop, Chris Spire. Chris Spire, his range is a C. So we'll go to the ballpark. A C range of 1 to 45 will be a hit. Anything greater than 45 and he'll make the play. It's an 88, so he does make the play. And let's see what kind of out it was. It's an 8. So is that a ground out or a line out? 8 is a ground out. So it's going to end the inning. But the Dodgers pick up 2 and take a 2-1 lead as we go to the top of the third. And coming up for the Giants, top of the order, Gary Thomason. It's 11, which is wheelhouse, and a 36. Thomason wheelhouse 36 is a home run. So Gary Thomason just ties the ball game that quickly with a home run to lead off the third as Sutton found the wheelhouse. It's a 5, that's tough, a tough 32 for Rob Andrews, and he's going to fight off a tough pitch and get a base hit. So Andrews 2 for 2 will bring up Bill Madlock. Madlock 6, it's tough 93 is a fly to left, that's out number 1. And that'll bring up Darrell Evans. Evans, a 5, which is tough, and a 29. Tough 29 is going to be a double for Darrell Evans. Look at that. Against the lefty, he would have struck out, but against the righty, he gets a double. So let's check runner advancement. That's a low die of 1. And with a runner at first, low die of 1 on a double, he will score. So the runner scores. Andrews, he comes in, and the Giants reclaim the lead 3-2. Brings up Willie McCovey. McCovey, a 4 is tough. Tough number 12 is a strikeout. Out number 2 for the right fielder Terry Whitfield. 5 is tough number 2, that's a strikeout to end the inning, but Giants reclaim the lead with 2 here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Giants 3 and the Dodgers 2. Brings up Reggie Smith to lead off. That's a 3, which is tough, and Montefusco tough 41, and Reggie Smith gets himself a base hit. So they're fighting off these tough pitches. Leadoff single is Ron Say. Say a 7 is tough, and an 89. That's a ground ball to short. It's a 7. Double play rating in Montefusco is only a 6, so we got a fielder's choice. So it will be, let's see here, it was a 89, which is a ground ball to short. It'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice for out number 1. Here's up Steve Garvey. That's a 9 on Montefusco, which is tough, and a 99. 99's pretty much always a fly to left. So that's 2 away for Rick Monday. Rick Monday is an 8. Montefusco patient. Patient 50. Patient 50 is a walk. So that will put runners at first and second with 2 outs for Dusty Baker, the Lizard, former Nats manager. 8 and 22. 8 is patient. Patient 22 is another walk. So Montefusco has walked the bases loaded now for Steve Yeager. The Jägermeister. The 6, it's in play. 21. In play 21 is a base hit. So Yeager gets the base knock. That will score Ron Say from third. And we'll check the running advancement of Mundy. He is a 6 run rating, so with 2 outs, he gets the extra base. He will come in to score. Dodgers reclaim the lead 4-3. Dusty Baker will go to third because he has a run rating above a 6, and there's 2 outs, so he gets 2 bases. It's a 4-3 ball game. Runners now at first and third. And Don Sutton, the batter, off pitcher hitting card number 5. That's an 8, which is patient, and a 49. So patient 49. Patient 49 is out of range. 49. Ground ball to third. So he's going to ground to third to end the inning. But 2 runs come across. And after 3 complete, it is Dodgers 4, Giants 3. And Chris Spire will lead things off. Against Sutton, it's an 8 in play. 19. That's a base hit. We have a slugfest here at Dodger Stadium. Here's Mark Hill, the catcher. It's an 8 in play. In play 99 is a fly to left. 1 away. Here's Montefusco. And they may have him bunt. His bunt rating is a C. So we go to the sacrifice bunt chart. And he is a C bunter. They're expecting it, so we're going to make him a D bunter. And we roll the 2D10s. And we get a 6. So a D bunter and a 6 is a double play with runner on first base, lead runner and batter out. So he popped it up, and it's a double play. So Montefusco, we're going to say he pops it to Garvey. for out number 2, and Garvey will step on the bag, catching Spire, 3 unassisted for the double play. So that didn't work out the way the Giants wanted. That will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 4-3 Dodgers. Here's Davey Lopes. It's a 9, which is tough. Tough 31. Tough 31 is a strikeout for Lopes. One away. Here's Bill Russell. Russell, a 9, is tough again. 91. That's ground ball to short. 2 down for Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith, a 9, is tough. Tough 95. Tough 95 is a fly to left. Innings over. We go to the 5th. Dodgers holding that lead of 4-3. Don Sutton facing the top of the order, Gary Thomason. Thomason homered his last time. And we've got a 7 and a, oh, that was a 4 there. We got a 7 and a 77. So Patient 77. Patient 77's out of range. That's a fly to center. One away. Here's Rob Andrews. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles, and a run scored. It's a 10, which is in play. 36. In play, 36 is out of range. That's going to be a grounder back to Sutton. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Bill Madlock. That's a 6, which is tough. Tough 36. And again, Madlock fights off the tough pitch and gets himself a base hit. He's 2 for 3. That's why he's a 300 hitter. He's 2 for 3. Here's Darrell Evans. Oops. Evans. As the ballpark goes flying. 9 is in play, and that's a 5. That's a triple for Darrell Evans. So Darrell Evans has just tied the ball game on a triple. He's doubled and tripled. His second RBI. We are now tied at 4 apiece. That'll bring up the first baseman McCovey. He's 0 for 2. It's a 5, which is tough. Tough 78. Tough 78 is going to be a fly to center. And the inning's over. But we go to the bottom of the 5th. We're tied at 4 apiece. Slugfest continuing. That brings up Ron Say, the Penguin. That's a 7, which is tough. Tough 73. Tough 73 is a fly to center. One away for Steve Garvey. Garvey, that's a 5. It's in play, 81. In play, 81 is a grounder to short. 2 down for Rick Monday. 10, which is defense, and a 94. So checking the defense. Under a 94, we're checking the error rating of the center fielder, Gary Thomason. Thomason has an error rating of 1, which is the worst you can have. So basically, this is going to probably be an error. Has to be an 88 or higher not to be. So it will be an error. Let's roll and see what kind of an error. It's a 2. So that's a 2-base error. 2-base error on Thomason, E8. Monday will go to second with 2 outs. Brings up Dusty Baker. 5 is in play and a 61. In play, 61 is a ground ball to second. I'm sorry, 61 is a fly to right. That's going to end the inning. So that error didn't hurt him because it was 2 outs and bases empty at the time. We go to the 6th, still tied at 4. And Sutton has a fatigue of 8, so he's good to go. Here's Whitfield. 8 is in play and a 46. Whitfield in play, 46 is a fly ball to right. One away. Here's Chris Spire. Singled and was doubled off on a sacrifice bunt last time. 7 is Patient. Patient 98, though, is the proverbial fly to left. That's 2 down for the catcher, Mark Hill. Mark Hill, 6, which is tough, and a 32. Tough 32, though. Mark Hill fought it off. Base hit. That clears the way for Montefusco to bat. That's an 8, which is in play, and a 51. In play, 51 on a pitcher hitting card number 4. 51's well out of range. 51 is a fly to right. So the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 4. And it'll be Steve Yeager, the Jägermeister. 8 against Montefusco is Patient. Patient 71 is out of range, so that is a grounder to second. 1 away for Don Sutton, and he's using pitcher hitting card number 5. That's a 6 for Montefusco. In play and a 10. That might be a base hit. In play and a 10 is a base hit for Don Sutton. In play and a 10, and Sutton gets himself a base hit. Back to the top of the order for Davy Lopes. Lopes a 10, which is defense, and a 4. So defense and 4 is the range of the first baseman McCovey. McCovey's only a range of, well, he's a B range, so it's a 1 to 35, and he will make it will be a hit. Above 35, he'll make the play. It's an 81, he makes the play, and it's a 5. So an out and a 5. A 5 on the out chart. 5 on the out chart to first. Says ground ball, double play, AB. Runner on first, forced at second. If fielder's rating is equal to or better than the letter noted, batter is out at first. Otherwise, batter's safe. Okay. Not quite sure what it means by the letter noted. His range is, let's see, if the fielder's range is equal to or better than the letter noted. Well, it says AB, so since McCovey is a B, that tells me that matches it, so that's double play. So that's a 3-6-3. And so I can tell if I'm doing that incorrectly. But that's the way I read it. It says if you have an A or B range, you make the play. McCovey's a B range, so as night follows day, that seems to make sense to me. All right, we go to the top of the 7th, still tied at 4. Montefusco has a fatigue of 8, and so does Sutton, so they're still hanging strong. Top of the order, Thomason and Sutton. The 4 is Tough. Tough 61 is going to be a strikeout on Thomason. On away for Rob Andrews. 2 for 3, a couple of singles. 9 is in play, 97. That's the proverbial fly to left. 2 down for Bill Madlock. Whoa, Madlock. A 6 is Tough. Tough 63 is a fly to right. And the inning is over. So, 7th inning stretch time. And it'll be Bill Russell to lead things off for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 3. All ground outs. 7 is Tough. Tough number 3 is a strikeout. So, his day continues to be tough. As that's out number 1 for Reggie Smith. It's an 8. 8 is Patient. Patient 97. That's the proverbial fly to left. Anytime you have anything in the 90s, it's most likely a fly to left. Here's Ron Say. It's an 11, which is ballpark, and an 82. So that's 82 in Dodger Stadium for a right-hander is the in-play check, not the wheelhouse. So we'll check in-play on Say. It's a 40 in play. It's out of range. It's going to be a grounder to McCovey. And the Dodgers go quietly in the 7th. In fact, both pitchers have settled in quite nicely since those first 3 innings. So we're still tied at 4. We go to the 8th. This is starting the fatigue part for Sutton. And he'll be facing Darrell Evans, left fielder. Start things off. It's a 5, which is Tough. Tough 34 for Evans. And that's a base hit. So Darrell Evans, a homer shy of the cycle. He's singled, doubled, and tripled. He's 3 for 4. So he's bucking for player of the game right now. Here's Willie McCovey. McCovey in 8 is in play, 59. In play 59 is out of range. 59 is a fly to right. 1 away for the right fielder, Terry Whitfield. Whitfield is a 7 is Patient. And that's a 56. Patient 56 is a ground ball to second, and that's a 7. Sutton's a 7. Whitfield is a 5, so it will be a fielder's choice. 4-6. Evans is out at second. Whitfield reaches. So 2 down, runner at first for Chris Spider. That's a 5, which is Tough. Tough 77 and that's going to be a fly to center. Inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at 4. Bullpens for both teams are working. But right now the starters are still in there hanging on. The Count Montefusco facing Steve Garvey. 6 is in play, and 11. In play 11's a base hit for Garvey. He's 2 for 4. Brings up Rick Monday. 11, that's ballpark and a 70. Ballpark 70 for a left-handed batter is in the wheelhouse. So we're going to get the wheelhouse check for Monday. That's a 44 on the wheelhouse. And it won't be a home run, but it will be a base hit. It will be a base hit. It's a 7, which, or basically a 3 is what we're looking for, that lead die. And it's a 1 base advancement. So runners now at first and second for Dusty Baker. Baker, he's a B bunter, so they're going to have him bunt. He's a B bunter, so they're going to have him bunt. So we go to our bunt chart. He's going to be a C bunter because they're expecting it. That's a 27 for a C bunter. C bunter 27 is a good sacrifice. Roll 1 die to see who fielded it. It's a 4. That means it was fielded by the pitcher. So Montefusco. We call it sacrifice hit 1 to 4. Mundy goes to second. Garvey goes to third. Steve Yeager is up. They will intentionally walk Steve Yeager to load the bases and get a force play at any base. And now the pitcher Sutton is up, but they're going to go to the pinch hitter. So Sutton has done his job. They'll go to the pinch hitter Manny Mota. He is the pinch hitter extraordinaire, Manny Mota. So Manny Mota is up there to try to give his team the lead. And he will not be facing Montefusco. They're going to bring in Randy Moffett. So Randy Moffett, the reliever, is coming in for Montefusco. Randy Moffett. So we've got a pinch hitter and a new pitcher. Montefusco goes 7 1/3, but can't do the totals because everything depends on the base runners that are still out there. So Manny Mota facing Randy Moffett. Bases loaded, 1 out. Infield at double play depth, looking to turn 2. It's a 4, which is defense 35. Defense 35 is the range play on the right fielder. So Whitfield has an A range, which is the best you can have. So we'll roll and see if he can get this. He can. It's a 95. All he had to have was a 25, so he got that. Now let's check for a sacrifice fly. It's a 7. So we go to the out chart. We go to the out chart 7, and the out chart 7 says it is a short fly. So short fly, he's not going to be able to score Garvey. So the fly to right field for out number 2. Manny Mota fails in his pinch hitting duties, but it's Davey Lopes still has a chance to bring home the go-ahead run. 2 outs, bases loaded. In play 59. In play 59 is a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. So Randy Moffett helps pitch Montefusco out of that mess. And we go to the top of the 9th. We're still tied at 4. And we go to the Dodger bullpen. It's going to be out of the Dodger bullpen. We're going to go to Charlie Huff. He's their closer, but there's no save situation any longer. So Charlie Huff will be in. Sutton pitches 8 innings. And Mark Hill will lead things off, and then Moffett will be pinch hit for because he bats behind him. So right now we're looking at Mark Hill and a pinch hitter. So Mark Hill to lead things off to start the 9th. It's Charlie Huff. It's a 5, which is tough 23. Tough 23 is a strikeout. 1 away, and now we're going to go to the bench of the Giants for a pinch hitter. And they're going to go to Darryl Thomas. So Darryl Thomas, a switch hitter, is coming on to pinch hit for Moffett. with the bases empty and 1 out. And let's see what Huff can do, that knuckleballer. It's a 6, that's tough. Put a tough knuckleball in there, 64. It's a ground ball to second. All Thomas could do is ground it to Lopes. 2 down, bases empty. And we're back to Gary Thomason. 6 again is tough, 58. Tough 58 is a strikeout. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, still tied at 4 apiece, and now we need a new pitcher for the Giants. And let's see who they're going to go to. They could go to, well, Lavelle is their closer, so they're trying to save him. So we're going to go to Charlie Williams, a righty. Charlie Williams. See what he can do. He's going to be facing Russell, Smith, and Say, followed by Garvey. So a lot of righties coming up, so that's why he's in there. And Lavelle, the closer, is not, because it's not a save situation. He's just trying to get this game to extra innings. Here's Bill Russell. Oop, got behind there. Russell, a 3 is defense, and a 19. 19 is a range check of the shortstop, Chris Spire. Chris Spire, his range, the range on Chris Spire is a C. So he's got C range, average range. Means a 1 to 45, it'll be a base hit. But it's a 66, so he will make the play. It's an 11, and that's going to be a ground out. So 6-3 ground out, 1 away. Brings up Reggie Smith. 8 is in play against Williams. In play 95, that's the proverbial fly to left, which Reggie Smith has done 3 times in a row now. Is Ron Say. 9 is in play. In play 17, that's a base hit for Ron Say. Keeps the inning going for Steve Garvey. Garvey a chance to win it right here with a walk-off. 7 is tough though. 56, tough 56. But Garvey's going to fight it off for a base hit. So a base hit, and Say has a run rating of 6, so he will get to third automatically since there's 2 outs. So runners are at the corners with 2 outs. Rick Monday, the batter. Chance to win it right here. 9 is in play. 13, in play 13 is a base hit for Monday, and they walk it off. The Dodgers defeat the Giants by the final score of 5-4 here in the bottom of the 9th. Winning pitcher was Charlie Huff in relief. The loser was Charlie Williams, so one Charlie did well, one Charlie didn't. So good time Charlie Williams is got the blues, but Charlie Huff is very happy. So that's going to do it here from Dodger Stadium. Final score here on the opening game of 1977. The Los Angeles Dodgers win it by the final score of 5-4 over the San Francisco Giants. Payoff pitch baseball. Hope you guys enjoyed that presentation, and hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.